Startup leaders find it very difficult to recruit good people, and they take too long to let go of unproductive and toxic teammates. What will be your advice on how recruitment of good people can be done better?
I think it starts with understanding the psychology of top people, like the psychology of really excellent performers. The excellent performers, first of all, have options. So let's start with that premise. Secondly, they actually want to be working on tough, meaningful challenges. They don't want to be working on the nth e-commerce, or they want to be at the forefront. And so a lot of the times when founders come to us saying, I can't seem to hire, we start there. We start asking, okay, so how would you talk about the mission of this company? And some founders will, it's pretty clear to them, for me, this is simply about money, which is fine. There's no shame in that. And, it's important that people have needs, right? But if you were to go to a person you really want to recruit, and it was clear to them that you were not really passionate about this work, or it was not meaningful beyond the fact that it will put money in your pocket, like some of those things actually turn away the really good people. And then I would just say that once you get that narrative down and you can get really clear on what, why are we really doing this? Just there's so much more around. There's this really good story in some of the early days of Google. This is written up in Laszlo Bock's book, where at a time when Google was not actually known, instead of asking people for resumes, instead what they did was they gave people, Larry and Sergey gave their resumes to the people they wanted to recruit, as if to say, look, the reward of joining this unknown startup is that you get to work with these amazing people. And that's the biggest reward. And again, they understood the psychology of top people. They wanted to work with other brilliant people. So I think some of that could just really help, with hiring great people.
That is so important. And it is applicable well outside of startups. Really good people, unless it is a specific situation, let's say someone immigrated to another country and they have to start from scratch. They have to erase everything they have accomplished up to now, and then have to start from scratch. Unless it is a situation like that, some kind of situation where in unusual circumstance, usually really good people, they are currently engaged with the current organization and they 100%
That's right.
Yeah, and something else is to build on what Martin said is, and we talk about this framework in the book, is like the motivating factors for individuals within an organization or an initiative wraps around like the head, the heart, and the wallet. So Martin talked about, touched on all the three of those, but to put it in in something tight, it's like startups are often strapped on the financial side, especially internationally, right? And something we talked to global founders about, outside the Silicon Valley market and emerging markets, the people that might join the team, they're not surrounded by, so many sort of startups that have exited for billions of dollars. And so they're often just left paying people less than market rate. And so what they really need to lean on is the head and the heart. And so the head meaning, like the intellectual challenges, right? And being able to build a company that can foster and manifest those for talented people. And then the heart kind of gets back to the mission of social good, or what good are we going to do to the world if we're successful here together? And so, having the founders be very grounded in the head and the heart of what the value proposition is to these top talented folks very early, and being able to beat that drum. And Martin pointing out the Google example is a very good example of both of those things. And so, that's consistent in startups and in corporate America as well. But we found, especially going international with startups in other markets, that's something they really have to play to.